we've chosen a very rainy few days to visit this city.
One of the reasons we chose to stay in Da Nang is because it's a good central location to do day trips from. And we're going to go to Hue today. It's about 100 kilometers north of Da Nang, and we're going to take the train. The city is an old imperial walled city. It was the seat of, I know, at least the Nguyen dynasty for a really long time, and I think the seat of the last emperor of Vietnam. So we're going to go check it out and come along.
The journey by train is about 3 hours and travels through the world-famous Hai Van Pass, which traverses the Trong Son mountain range that separates central Vietnam from northern Vietnam and has spectacular views of the ocean and jungle. There is a single track with multiple tunnels and passing points along the way, so the journey can take longer than expected if either the north or southbound trains are delayed arriving at passing points. So we've arrived after a very quick taxi ride at the train station. We've arrived quite early because this is our first time taking a train in Vietnam. It seems pretty straightforward. The tickets are electronic tickets and it looks pretty modern inside. So I think we're gonna have plenty of time to kind of relax, get our bearings, and then in about 20 minutes our train is supposed to arrive. And I think we can board, but we're not quite sure what happens after it arrives. So we'll just make sure to get into the boarding area early and so we don't miss the train. We left the station right on schedule. We did bring some snacks, but we learned they serve food on the train. In fact, it looked pretty good. They also have a dining car, but apparently it's where you go to smoke and drink, so we didn't check it out. It was pretty rainy during the journey to Hue, but stay tuned because we captured some nice video on our return trip. All right, well, after a very long train ride, we have arrived in our hotel, and it is raining, and it is raining pretty hard. So we are going to relax a little bit and probably modify our plans somewhat from what we had originally intended. So we'll see what happens, but food sounds good to me, so
Yes.
I think that might be something we will explore doing.
And Hue is known to have some pretty famous culinary items, so we're gonna go find some. So our first... To start our adventure in Hue, we decided to get some food at a place recommended by our hotel. It's called Han Pancake. And what a better way to start than with a local Huda beer. It is local to Hue. One of the specialties in Hue is a crispy rice pancake, and we got one with shrimp and pork. So the pancake is really delicious, crispy on the outside, kind of chewy on the inside, really nice flavor. And I mean, you can't go wrong with fresh herbs and a yummy peanut sauce. And I am not a peanut or peanut sauce person, and this is really delicious. So another thing we got here at Han Pancake is our favorite pork and shrimp spring rolls. I don't know what this deliciousness they have around it is, but it's fantastic and so crispy. We have to get them every time we see them on the menu. Oh, so yummy. That was a totally enjoyable meal, and now we're gonna go get some coffee.
So the rain really bogged us down and we completely forgot to film our coffee experience, but it was very enjoyable. It's our second day in Hue, and it's raining quite a bit outside. Now we knew the forecast said it was probably going to be raining, so we're going to go downstairs, get some breakfast, and then figure out what we're going to do today, because it's raining quite hard and it might be difficult to go outside and see the Imperial City, but we might just decide to brave the weather. We'll see. Well, we had a pretty nice breakfast, some eggs and a little banana pancake with some toasted sesame seeds on it. Really good. We've been waiting around in our room now, hoping the rain is going to slow down or subside a little bit. it's just gotten a lot worse. So I think we're going to go out and try to brave the weather a little bit and see if we can see some of the sights, maybe see the museum. Definitely going to go get some food because we're starting to get hungry, and we'll make the best of the day and see what we can see. Okay, so we've come to this place that has received very good reviews online, and our hotel also recommended it, called Madame Tu's. It's they have specialized in the local cuisine of Hue, and we have two things that we're going to share today. The first is a pork skewer with lemongrass that you wrap in a rice paper, and then you pull the lemongrass out and dip it and eat it. The second is a crispy fried spring roll that we've had a number of times and we're in love with, so we had to get that.
We found a number of foods in Vietnam require assembly. We've been confused a couple of times, but we found that if you ask for help, someone will be more than happy to explain what to do.
Oh, that's good. Very well balanced. Nice peanut sauce. Okay, it's time to try the spring roll. Oh, that's good. Different from what we've had in the past. Very nice though. And then it looks like we have a little fruit for dessert. All right, next up we are going to head over to the Imperial City with a quick stop at the ATM so we can actually pay to get in. So we're at the Hue Museum of Royal Antiquities, and we've chosen a very rainy few days to visit this city. It's been raining the entire time, but we decided to go out and brave the weather. We just visited the Long An Temple, which houses all of the museum items. Unfortunately, there are no photographs allowed inside, but it's really, really pretty. Lots of wood carved poetry along the walls, inlaid with mother of pearl, lots of artifacts and other royal sorts of
Thrones.
things. Yes, thrones and
A bed.
yes, a bed, pottery, china. So pretty fascinating and not too expensive either. Only 50,000 dong to get in. So I don't know, about $2 each for tickets. Now we're going to head over to the, where are we heading over to?
The Forbidden City.
Isn't it the Imperial? The walled city. It's the Imperial part of the city, and which includes the Forbidden City. We're going to go try to brave that and see what happens. Not sure how much video we can do, but we'll see.
Hue is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and former imperial capital of Vietnam.
Didn't think I would say this, but it's actually a little cold today. I'm not sure if this counts as visiting a UNESCO World Heritage Site or not, but we're here.
Surprisingly, the Imperial City is only about 220 years old, with construction starting in 1803. Gia Long was the founding emperor of the Nguyen dynasty, the last dynasty of Vietnam. He built his empire around Confucianism as he believed it provided the best model for statecraft and authority. Accordingly, he ordered the palace design to be based on the Forbidden City in Beijing. So I'm kind of surprised how many people are actually out here in the rain with us.
Yeah.
It's a surprising amount. And lots of tour groups too.
Yeah.
We're cold,
I'm tired.
we're tired, and a little hungry. So I think it's time to go find a snack. So we are now back in our hotel. We just had some dinner, some nice warm noodles. We had I would say, a day we didn't plan for. I think it was still fun and exciting, but we're soaking wet. Our shoes are soaking wet. Our clothes are soaking wet. And that's with a fairly waterproof rain gear. So we decided to come back. We have a saying in the United States, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. I don't think we actually had a bad day, but we were at the Kmart, which is the Korean store next door. We wanted to get some snacks. They didn't have any lemons, but they had yuzu cheesecake. I don't know what these are. Cookies, crackers. No, they're like probably little cakes. And so we thought, let's get those and enjoy some yuzu cheesecake and warm up in our hotel room because we are cold. And we'll see what tomorrow is in store for us. We're not quite sure, but rain is forecast, so we might be wet again tomorrow. We'll see. Well, it's now our third day in Hue, and it is continuing to rain nonstop. We're a little disappointed because it seems like this is a very walkable, interesting city to explore. We didn't really get a chance to see the downtown area, and it was a little difficult navigating the Imperial City complex just because there was so much rain. So we're going to put this place down on our list of places to revisit. We knew there was a bit of a risk coming here for such a short time, especially because it's been so rainy, but we decided to take a chance. Today we have to head back. Our train leaves at about 11 a.m. and unfortunately it was really about the only train that we could get that was reasonable heading back to Da Nang. So we're hoping that we'll have some really pretty views out the window. Well, we made it back to Da Nang, and let me say, that train ride was amazing. The views were incredible, and I know the video didn't do it justice, but hopefully we shared a little bit of our experience with you. We definitely want to head back to Hue. We feel like we missed quite a bit of the city. We didn't get to see many of the tombs that we wanted to visit, and we didn't get to see the downtown area. But we can always plan to go back there. That's the beauty of the slow travel that we're doing. And that's something we intend to do in the future. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for next week, and we'll see you in the next one.